Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Exotic Gaming here, and today I am excited to bring you all another PUBG Mobile video. You have likely seen many people play this game in the past on either YouTube or Twitch, and perhaps you don't know how to record or stream yourself. You want to, but you can't. That's where I come in, and that's what today's video is about. I'll be explaining in depth how to record and stream PUBG Mobile free and directly from your device to YouTube or Twitch. This method results in the least amount of lag possible, so you can even use this on devices that aren't that powerful, and you don't need a computer for this, which is the best part. This video is sponsored by EveryChord, the app that we will be talking about in this video. If it weren't for them, this wouldn't be free, so we gotta thank them for that. I'm doing a giveaway with EveryChord, where we're giving away $10 iTunes gift cards to 10 winners. Look in the video's description to see instructions on how to enter. So yeah, I hope you guys are excited. Leave a like if this video helps you, subscribe for more PUBG Mobile gameplays and tips videos, and without further ado, let's jump into this. So to begin, we are going to start off with the iOS side of this tutorial. This is going to be for your iPhones, iPads, iPod Touches. If you are watching on an Android device, do not worry, in just a few minutes I will be switching over to the Android side of this tutorial. You're going to open up the App Store and then search EveryChord. Once you do that, you can download the first program that appears. Once it finishes installing, you can open it up. You're going to need to allow notifications the first time you open this up, and then click the Continue button, and then you should have this screen right here. From there, you can go over to your settings, and this way you can actually choose which settings are best for the device that you have. Now, you may be watching this on a several-year-old iOS device, and then in that case, it is a little bit slower than some of the other devices, and you will not be able to run this on the absolute max settings. It's good in that respect because you can tweak with your settings a bit so it runs the absolute best. With orientation, I would highly recommend keeping it at default. That way, maybe if you're streaming and you want to exit out of Fortnite or PUBG or any other game, maybe go over to Instagram and Twitter briefly, it will automatically orientate it to the proper landscape or vertical settings. Next up, with FPS, I would honestly recommend, if you can, putting it at 60. You can do this with PUBG Mobile. If your device is not up to par, then you can put it at 30. I would highly recommend not putting it at 15 frames per second because with YouTube, no one's going to want to watch something that only has 15 frames per second. Resolution, you can either do full size or 3/4 size. If you're all about fantastic quality, then you may want to kick it up to full size. But if you're somebody who's perfectly fine with 720p, 3/4 size is probably the way to go. I would hesitate going to 1/4 or 1/2 size just because that will make it down to 480p or 360p, and that's, again, not going to be enjoyable from a viewer's standpoint on YouTube. With internal audio, if you wanted to record without your microphone, you can check that on. You can do this with all iOS devices, and that's absolutely fantastic. So maybe you're recording in a loud room, maybe you're recording outside, and you don't want all this background sound, and maybe you're going to voice over the video later on. You can turn on internal audio. It will not record your microphone, and it will only record the game. Then with your sample rates, you can kick it up to 48,000 hertz. Sometimes, if you really want to 96,000 hertz. That will make the video just a little bit higher quality, but then again, 48,000 hertz is perfectly fine if you are on a lower end device. Keep it at one channel. That's just easier when editing, and it will edit a little bit quicker when rendering, and you are set. Next up, if you can see here, you can choose either between recording and broadcasting. Recording is a little bit more straightforward. You can actually go into a separate area on your phone, and I'm going to show that in just a second, to record with EveryChord, but with broadcasting, it's going to be a little bit more involved. Now, as you can see here, you're going to need your RTMP URL and your stream key. I'm going to show how to get this on YouTube because I personally stream on YouTube. You're going to open up Safari, and it is very important you need to be on the desktop version of YouTube. You may have the YouTube app. You're not going to be able to view your stream key and your RTMP URL if you are on the YouTube app. You actually need to go over into Safari to do that. So make sure you are on the desktop version of YouTube. Go click My Channel. Wait for this to load up. And then what you're going to want to do is click your Video Manager, that little button that is up at the top of the screen. After you click the Video Manager and after it loads, it will take just a second for it to load, a lot longer than the regular YouTube app, just because, again, you are on the desktop version of YouTube. You're going to zoom in and then you're going to go click the live streaming button right here. After that loads up, you will be on this screen right here, and all you need to do is zoom in. Once again, you can see your server URL. That is going to be the RTMP URL. You can copy and paste that. Then you can click the reveal button here on the stream name/key. Then you can copy and paste that over to the stream key button over here on EveryCord. After that point, what you're going to want to do is either record or broadcast. So in order to successfully record or broadcast on your iOS device, first off, what you're going to need to do is go over to the Control Center button in your settings. You're going to need to customize your controls and make sure that screen recording is checked on. It might not be, and you might have to scroll all the way down to add screen recording so it is up there. That way, when you swipe down from the top or from the bottom, depending on which device you will have the screen recording button at the bottom right of your screen. So here we are now, ready to record our screen. I apologize for the dark video. I don't have the best camera set up for this. But anyways, regardless, what you're going to want to do is if you're on an old device, swipe up from the bottom to access the Control Center. If you're on a newer device, you're going to want to swipe down from the top in order to get to this screen right here. You're going to look for this button right here. It should be there if you followed the steps that I gave you guys earlier. If you're on an older device, you're going to hold that button for a while. If you're on a newer device, you're going to 3D touch. Make sure EveryCord is checked. You can either turn on or off your microphone. I would recommend keeping it on, but that's just me. I want to record my game and my own audio, so I'm going to keep that on. But at this point, what you can do is you can start the broadcast. It'll give you a countdown so you can exit out of the screen, and now we will be on our actual phone recording PUBG Mobile. Right now, I am voicing over what you guys will see in just a second when I finish up this recording. When you're finished, you can swipe down from the top once again, and you can click that button to end your recording. So here we are now on the Videos tab of our camera roll. What we're going to do now is we are going to open up the finished recording and see how the actual quality played out. So let's go see what happens. And now this is just a brief test to see how the actual audio and video came out. So what we can do is we can maybe go over to our profile, exit back out. We can choose between some different matches here. And yeah, that's basically it. Just wanted to test to see how the quality of this actual video is. Once we're finished, fantastic. So everything worked as planned, and now what we can do is export this to whatever editing program we have on our phone. If you really wanted to edit on your computer, you could do that as well. And that's basically it. That explains how to record, save to your camera roll, and or stream PUBG Mobile via EveryCord directly from your mobile device without the use of a computer. Now, if you were to stream, you're obviously going to need to go to that desktop version of YouTube and then edit in details depending on what you would like your viewers to know from your stream. Just like usual, you need to add a title on the live streaming tab and everything else just so they know what they're watching. So yes, with that being said, hopefully that helped. I really appreciate it a lot if you guys would leave a like down below. If it did, it means a lot. Subscribe for more PUBG Mobile content, and let's get into the Android side of this tutorial. Alright guys, so here we are now on the Android side of this tutorial. Thank you for sticking around. Hope this will help you. So what you're going to want to do first is open up the Play Store, and you are going to search EveryCord, as you can see right here. You're going to click the first result that appears, and you're going to install EveryCord. It shouldn't take very long as it is a very small app. You're going to open up EveryCord. You're going to click Allow. You're going to click Allow. And as you can see, this is what the screen looks like. Now, You can start your recording automatically, of course, but you probably want to tweak with your settings, especially if you're on an Android device that might not be the most powerful one in the world. So what you're going to do is open up the settings up at the top right, and you can see there are a variety of different things you can click and choose and customize based off of the device that you have. For your resolution, if you are recording, you're going to probably want to keep it at 1080p. If you are streaming, you could probably keep it at 720p. You could get away with recording also at 720p, but once you dip down below that and get to 480p, it's not going to be very good for a viewer's standpoint on YouTube. So if you're wanting to actually create content, you're definitely going to need to keep it at either 720p or 1080p. I'm going to keep it at native just because it automatically keeps it at 1080p for my device, but if you have a lesser powerful device, keep it at 720p and you should be pretty good. For the frame rates, if you are recording PUBG and you have a powerful Android device, put it up at 60 FPS. You can run 60 FPS on PUBG Mobile and it's fantastic. It's very, very smooth. Now, if you have a lesser powerful device who in general doesn't even get 60 FPS to begin with, yeah, you probably want to keep it at 30 FPS. And if you're streaming, you definitely would want to keep this at 30 FPS or else your battery is going to get destroyed. You're going to lose battery, lose power very, very fast, and you're not going to be able to stream very long at all. You don't really want to go down to 20 FPS or 15 FPS because, again, from a viewer standpoint, that's not going to be very good. No one's going to want to watch content that is at 20 frames per second. If you still have a dip in frames per second when you're recording with 30 FPS, you're going to probably need to literally change the settings in PUBG Mobile itself to adjust for that. For the video render quality / bit rates, I would keep it at high if you're creating content for YouTube. And if you're streaming, hey, you could maybe get away with medium, but high is probably the way to go. I'm going to keep it at medium and show you guys what it looks like with medium when I'm recording, so you guys can make the judgment call based off of that. For the face cam, that's actually kind of cool. I'm not going to do that myself. It's actually in beta right now. But if you're someone who likes to record with a face cam, well, you can. That's pretty cool, I'd have to say. You can't actually do this with the iOS version of the app right now, so that's something that the Android version one-ups. And then record microphone audio. You can enable the sound recording of the microphone for commentary. Obviously, if you're wanting to do a commentary or a live stream, you're going to probably want to do that. Obviously, we're going to check that on just because if we're doing a commentary, we want people to see what we're saying and they want to hear the actual in-game audio. So I'm going to click test right here. And then when I click the start recording button right here, it's going to say every chord will start capturing everything that is displayed on your screen. You don't really have to worry about that, so you can click the start now button and it's now recording. Since I am already recording this right now with something different, I'm going to do a brief test recording and show you guys the results when it is finished. Alright, so here we are now on PUBG Mobile. We're going to just go through a variety of different things here on the main screen, just seeing how the overall video and audio quality is going to be like. We don't really have to do a whole lot, so we can just see how the animations are and stuff like that. And that's probably basically it. With that being said, I guess we should probably go exit out of this. So once you are finished, all you need to do is swipe down and then go back over to the EveryChord app. Very simple stuff. And then you can click the stop recording when you are finished. Alright, so you guys could see there from that recording what the finished product looked like with EveryChord, and now you're probably wondering how to stream. So if you go over to the bottom right and click that live button that's right there, as you can see, you can stream to either YouTube or a custom server. If you're streaming to Twitch or Facebook or something else, you're going to have to put in the actual link, the RTMP URL for that. It's already preset there for YouTube, and that's very nice. You don't have to worry about finding it yourself, but you are going to need to find your stream key. So what you need to do is go over to Google Chrome. And this is very important. You need to be on the desktop version of YouTube. You cannot use the YouTube app or the YouTube settings app or whatever it's called in order to get the stream key for your YouTube channel. You're going to actually need to get onto the desktop version of YouTube. So you're going to go up to the top here and you're going to click My Channel. Wait for that to load up. It will take a little bit longer to load than your standard computer just because it is a full desktop version of YouTube. You're going to click the video manager up at the top of your screen. Wait for that to load once again. Go over to live streaming, and as you will see, after we finally load up the live streaming tab, we can come right down here to the encoder setup and we can see our stream name / key. Once you click the reveal button, it will reveal your stream key. Then you can copy and paste that back over to EveryCord, and then you will connect to your YouTube channel. Obviously, what you're going to need to do is put a bunch of information down for your stream here on the desktop version of YouTube. I don't even have PUBG Mobile right now here, so what I would need to do is change my title, change my description, change everything else, and that way I will be set. So when I click that start streaming button, I will be ready to record or stream PUBG Mobile directly from my device to my YouTube channel without ever using a computer. And with that, that's basically it. I think we basically covered everything here that you need to know. If you wanted to export your recordings, I thought I should probably mention this. What you need to do is you need to click that share button, and then what it's going to do is it's going to take just a second for it to load up, and we can actually see it now already here on our Photos tab. So that's very nice, that's very convenient, and with that, that's basically it. Hopefully this aided you in telling you either how to record or stream PUBG Mobile from your iOS or Android device directly to YouTube, Twitch, or if you're recording to your camera roll. I hope you guys enjoy this. I hope you guys like EveryCord. If you guys did enjoy this video and you found it helpful, I'd appreciate it a lot if you left a like down below. Subscribe for more PUBG Mobile content, more gameplays, tips and tricks videos, and the lots. And I will see you all in the next episode.